Bienvenido. It's the new chef Kate. Hi, my guest has just arrived. Today, joining us is Caitlin Guerin, owner and chef of Lanyard Bakehouse. She was nominated for a James Beard Award. Welcome, Caitlin. So glad that you could make it today. Of course. I'm honored. I'm honored.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're live also, just so you know.
Hmm.
Okay, I have some questions for you. Glad that you made it here. I love your pastries. We'll start there. I love your pastries. I first encountered you, as you know, through Vaucroissants, where I am a chef, and she makes the Vaucroissant. It's amazing. You have to try it. You want to explain to everyone what it is?
Absolutely. The veau croissant. It is one of our croissants that we offer on the menu.
Yes.
It's their sausage croissant, a sausage, their sausage that is layered into a lattice croissant filled with Creole mustard, and then one has chimichurri sauce inside. So we do both sausages, or two different sausages rather, breakfast sausage and then the classic hot sausage.
Awesome. And it's amazing. You have to try it. So I want everyone to know because I know, you know, we're chefs. It's a labor of love, but it's a process to get there. How did you become a pastry chef? Please tell us.
Yeah, definitely not in any sort of normal route, but I think that's how life is. I actually had a previous career in professional dance and then found my way through baking, through stress baking, and understanding that pastry is an art. That there was another way to express what I was wanting to express, and to try to communicate my love for food and movement as well. So that
So
came
just
through
like
that way.
myself.
Really?
It's a yes, because it's a
Yeah.
creative outlet,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
girl, I heard you want to dance. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know. Well, Mr. Vance and I talk about it all the time
Yes.
because he's
I heard
he.
from several people, not just
Oh,
fans.
okay, yeah,
Yes, I
beautiful.
didn't know that, but it makes sense. You're tall, you're
Yeah.
graceful. Makes sense.
Yeah, so I still do try to dance.
Awesome. What type of dance is it?
I trained modern and contemporary,
Awesome.
so I still try to at least like do yoga or some provide some sort of movement for my body. It's super important, especially in this industry as well, just to keep our bodies moving and to stretch every day and
Yes.
take care of our feet. You
Oh,
know,
girl,
yeah.
look, just like you, I found cooking later in life, but
Hmm.
I was an accountant prior to being, yeah, really boring. I was an accountant, but I sat down all day. So
Hmm.
now I'm feeling the stress, just like you said, feet. Oh my God, like every day it's the worst. Like you
Yeah.
don't realize the toll that it takes on your body from moving, like this. It's good in a way because, like I said, I stretch and but the feet, you're right about that. Absolutely.
Hmm. Hmm.
Absolutely. So we're going to talk about how long have you been in business because I also understand that you've worked you were a pastry chef at many Michelin star restaurants. That's very interesting to me. Denmark, California. Tell me all about it.
Yeah. So we've had the brick and mortar for almost a year now. It'll be September of this coming year. It'll be the 1 year mark. But I've run the business for now 5 years. So I started as a pop up at the beginning of the pandemic.
Haven't we all?
Haven't we all? Yeah, I couldn't sit still.
Right.
I think I gave myself like a month and I was like, I have to do something. Um, but I've been baking or in the industry rather for now up to 7 years. So it's relatively new for me, and I really feel like sometimes I'm still just understanding some aspects of it. But it started before I went to culinary school. I wanted to make sure that this was actually something I wanted to do, so I jumped into a
Had to
job as
commit to it, right? I was
absolutely.
the
It
same
didn't
way.
take long, but
Yeah.
you know,
Once you start doing it, it's just on. But the
yeah.
mental commitment, you're absolutely right. Like, yeah.
Absolutely. In the first place that I worked at, the chef was very patient with me and understood, like, okay, this is, your first introduction really into a kitchen space. So let's just kind of go back from the basics. But I jumped right into school right after that. And then through school, one of the pulls for me was that they offered an opportunity to do an externship abroad. So like doing an internship, but outside of campus, that's in the middle of the program. It's a 2-year program.
That's awesome.
So I did a 3-month stage in Copenhagen. That's where I was in Denmark, working at a sister restaurant to Noma. They've since closed because of the pandemic, but that was really amazing. I learned that I love fine dining, but I don't want to be in fine dining. But I mean, since then I came back, I graduated school. I worked at another restaurant in San Francisco for a few months, but I also knew ahead of time that I was going to be coming back home. My grandmother was really sick. My paternal grandmother was really sick. So I wanted to come back and be with family. It just kind of
Right.
felt like the right time.
Right.
Burned out from school a little bit. But came back here, pandemic happened. And even though I was running the pop-up, I was also still working at restaurants. So I was there along the ride when Serene was opening the Carnola. That's the Senegalese
Right.
restaurant on Magazine Street that we all
Serene,
may
we
know.
love you.
We love you, Serene. Amazing. Ran the pastry part of his pop-ups as well. And then I worked briefly at Mosquito Supper Club too
Oh,
when he was
wow.
there. Yeah.
They
and
just
kinda-
opened a new venue.
St. Clair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Really, really beautiful. Very delicious.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't been yet. It's amazing. We got to
Oh
check it
yeah.
out.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
wow.
Really nice. It's nice to go over to Algiers sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
We
it is.
us
I
folks
heard
who
that
grew
was
up
it.
in New Orleans, we've been talking about Algiers.
I know.
Right. But it's very beautiful.
It is. The vault's over there also. I like the vault too. It's very
yeah.
beautiful. It's in Old Algiers. I go sporadically. I'm not
Yeah.
even going to lie on air. Once in a blue moon, sporadically. But
We got to
I
go
mean,
out there more.
Girl, yeah. I know
Yeah.
support, but I do.
Yeah.
I want to check out that place. But everything you're doing is very interesting because I'm listening to your story. And, okay, you have, let's see, you said your brick and mortar, it's been a year. That's a meteoric rise because, like I said, she's been nominated for a James Beard Award for both your establishment and as a chef, correct?
Correct. Yeah. For emerging chef, but I would still put it as
Yeah,
a myself,
still a
but it's
chef's
a
honor.
bit the
Yes,
business got me
absolutely.
there for sure.
Yes, that's amazing. Within a
Thank
year?
you. Yeah.
A year? Have you ever processed it that way?
Yes, but things happen so fast that you really don't have enough time to process everything that happens.
You're
And
absolutely right about that.
I'm very grateful to like try to make time to sit and process things, but I mean it's insane.
It's always what's next, right?
What's next?
What's
You
next?
have to keep building. You have to keep growing.
You
Yeah.
do. And what I do, I find for myself, when I like go back through like my social media or something, if I go through, look, I've forgotten so many things that I've done. Do you ever that happens to you? You're like, oh, I forgot I did that. Like, because it's always something next. What's next? And, you're doing another event. You're doing another recipe, another, something.
Yeah.
So,
There should be some, if there's not already, and I'm sure there is, or we need to do it for ourselves as entrepreneurs, as women who run businesses, whatever the case, anybody running a business just need to keep a log. Because how beautiful is it when you get to look back and be like, I did this.
Right.
But it could be a log of everything. It doesn't even
Right.
just like I did my biggest catering event ever. I did my highest day in sales, like this
Right.
article, all these things.
you're right, because I
Needs
know
to
I
do it.
close out the day and I just move on. And a friend of mine, he was going to nominate me for something, and he was like, "Okay, they want to know all of the achievements that you had." So I listed them. I out myself. I was like, "Wow!" So when I
Right.
said this to him, he was like, "Oh my God!" And just as yourself, he was like, "In such a short period of time," because for me it's been a little bit of time too. But when you're in the midst of it, you don't look at it, you don't see it. But putting it in front of me in paper, I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't realize it either."
Yeah.
Yes, a shout out to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, but that intrigues me because I know Denmark is known for pastries, for desserts. They have like a large. I watch it all the time online, so I know. How was that experience?
It was wild. I've since then gone there every year for the past. This is the third year now for either a program or just for research. And every time I try to do still something dessert or pastry focus, whether it's a stage, so that's like a shadowing at a restaurant or a bakery, or just being immersed in a program that is around food, because I think there's a lot of creativity and innovation coming out of Scandinavia, and
Watch
they
this here.
right
Yes,
they're
amazing.
like they're on the forefront of something, and not that we're not, but it's different.
It is.
Um,
It's high level. It's
Yeah.
really, really high level. I watch.
Yeah.
I'm like, Wow.
Yeah, so I think what I admired most about Denmark and that region in general was things that like we already do here in the States. We just don't take note of it, and especially coming from our background, from my background, growing up in New Orleans and Louisiana, not understanding where my roots were coming from, like preservation techniques for food, pickling, canning things, all these things, foraging, this farm to table movement that we want to call it. We as Black folks have already been doing
A
this.
100 years. Look, we all had a melatonin
Oh,
vine.
right, right.
Right?
Like it was
Yeah.
already
Literally.
ingrained in our DNA,
Right.
but to see it and understand it from another perspective and see how other people are doing it, and now I'm like, all right, this is the same thing that like it's already it.
Yeah.
I know how to do this, but to see it in another way, to see it on a fine, like a beautiful high end level, and to understand different ways to manipulate food was very important.
I
Yeah.
love seeing the process too, from like you said, farm to table. Seeing, because for me that stoked me and kind of like sparked me at least for cooking. Like someone would always give me. I had a friend and he sold produce and he would always give me a case of sweet potatoes. So I would always challenge myself. Okay, how many ways can I make? How many dishes can I make with it? And what could I do with this? So I always did love seeing what you said. I would appreciate that too overseas, seeing that process on
Yeah.
that level outside of the New Orleans level.
Absolutely, right.
Yeah.
And the Danes are just very efficient and like minimalistic. So everything just makes sense.
Right,
It
right.
just like for the chaotic minds that we have, like when
Right.
things are just like clean and it just
Pristine, you're
pristine.
right, you're
It just
right.
makes you're like, of course, like
Simplify.
how can we bring
it's
some?
like IKEA?
Yeah, right. That's exactly right. That's where it came
Yes,
from. But how
yes,
can we just
simplistic.
keep it like easy and clean and then build on that?
Right, right. Expound on it. So I want to know because I know you have the storefront now, and I know you. There's a big market because you supply a lot of people with your wares, with your goods. But at the storefront, Lanyap Bakehouse, you want to tell everyone where it is, where it's located?
Yeah, we are located in Central City, 1825 Uterp Street.
Not far from here, right?
Not far from here. Yeah. Though the traffic on Carrollton says otherwise. It's insane. But we're located at 1825 Uterp Street. It is right behind, for us folks who know landmarks, right by Cafe Reconcile, right
Oh, yeah,
behind
yeah.
our
It's
friends at
outside.
Cafe Reconcile.
Yes, our
Right
friends. That's my
behind.
friends.
Yeah,
Yes.
we love Chef Martha.
Yes, we love Chef Martha.
Yes.
Yes, we do. We do. We do.
We're right behind the Friday Night Fights gym, if you know that location. So it's off of Aretha Castle Haley. But on Uterp, it's a 2-story building. And though there's not proper signage in front, because we still want to keep it a little hidden, a bit of a hidden gem for now, really, signage is expensive.
Keep it real, right?
We're just keeping it
Yeah,
real. So
that's
until we get
right. I
until we
feel
get
you.
the signage that we want, you have to look for the 2-story
That's
house.
okay. That's okay to be. No, she's mysterious, and it's okay.
It's exactly what it is.
Exclusive.
That's what we're.
Exclusive, right?
Yeah, we're calling it that.
So if I come in, what would I find there? What are you selling at the storefront?
Well, you'll walk into a renovated house that is now a bakery.
Yes.
So it will feel like a home, and that's what we want first. We want you to walk in and feel like you're walking into, your mom's home.
You
and
get it. That's the
yeah,
essence of New
right.
Orleans,
That's
right?
absolutely. So it's like, okay, mom's like, you need to eat something. Well, what can I get for you? So you're gonna walk into a very hospitable space, but you'll find a few of our signature items that we try to keep on the menu. If I ever were to take them off, the people would revolt. But they are definitely the veau croissant, our grains of paradise bun, which is a take on actually a Swedish cardamom bun. But we finish it.
Because I'm a cardamom a junkie.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
I am. I
It's
have
so
to try
good.
that.
Yeah.
Please send some with
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
we're gonna take a break, and I'm gonna talk about this cardamom bread with her. And while y'all listen to the sponsors, the Blue Plate, do your thing. We'll be back. Crawbabies inside of Vaucressan's Creole Cafe, serving the best authentic Creole food in New Orleans. Gumbo, yakami, smothered okra, seafood potato, crawfish etouffee, and more. We're located at 1800 St. Bernard Avenue in the heart of the 7th Ward, Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Ask about catering and event space rental. Follow us on Instagram at Eat Crawbabies NOLA, on Facebook, Crawbabies LLC. Y'all know I'm all about keeping it authentic and keeping it New Orleans. And when it comes to my remoulade or dressing up a perfect po' boy, there's only one mayo that's been doing it right since 1927, and that's Blue Plate mayonnaise. Born right here in New Orleans, Blue Plate uses only egg yolks, just like my grandmother Viola taught me. That's what gives it that extra rich, creamy texture that makes everything taste better. You know what they say, that's the good stuff. Blue Plate mayo, made in New Orleans and made to make everything taste like family.
WBOK. Online at WBOK1230.com.
And welcome back to the Roux Chef Money, sponsored by Blue Plate on WBOK. And again, I'm speaking with Caitlin Guerin, owner of Lanyap Bakehouse, and we're talking about her offerings at the bakery. And she was just telling me, tell everybody, please explain the bread again. It's amazing. The croissant, what is it? It's a bread?
It's a grains of paradise bun. So it's
a bun,
It's like it's our take on a cinnamon roll. A cardamom bun filled with cinnamon sugar filling, topped with orange zest and grains of paradise, which is a West African spice. It has a sweet licorice finish. That same spice presents itself in a spicy spice that we use on our alligator claws, which is now one of our other signature items.
Wow.
The alligator claws are a take on a bear claw. We
But
run
a
them,
Louisiana
but a
version.
Louisiana version, right? And the
Yeah.
spice that we use in it is called alligator pepper spice.
Oh,
so
awesome.
another West African spice deriving from the grains of paradise, but it's spicy, kind of like a Szechuan pepper, a little numbing, but we very, very light in there. So we run a savory and a sweet version of that. The savory is really good. It's turkey, pickled cabbage, house-made pickled cabbage, and cheddar. But another signature item would be the Benet toffee cookie. This is our fancy snickerdoodle cookie that's rolled in sugar, sesame seeds, and Benet seeds are heirloom sesame seeds, also from the continent. North Carolina, a few suppliers in the Carolinas are repurposing it or regrowing it rather. So that's a beautiful one. So the cookie, the grains of paradise bun, the veau croissant, the claws now, and then also our drink program is very streamlined. We have an Africano that is our version of a dirty chai or even just a chai. It presents like chai spices, but we make our own syrup for it in-house, and it has the grains of paradise spice. It has cardamom and orange and all these beautiful warming spices. It's so good.
I love your incorporation of the West African spices into it, because that's just, it goes hand in hand with what we do in New Orleans with Creole. So that's a beautiful thing, and that you've experimented with all of those spices that are outside of the norm, the typical norm, and how's it resonating with your crowd?
Oh, everyone
I'm
loves
sure
it.
They're wild.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
'cause
Everyone loves it.
I'm
yeah.
wild just sitting here. Like, because when people explain things like this to me, the way my brain works and interprets it, I start imagining those flavors together
Yeah.
and how they meld together. And like sensory, I'm thinking of the flavors and how it would taste and just everything and smell.
Yeah.
So it just sounds amazing, because I can envision it, You're painting a pretty picture.
Absolutely. You have the mindset. That's the fun part about it too. When I was running the pop-up, I ran assorted pastry boxes, and it is what it is. That's what you get. Whatever I
Right.
make is what you get.
Love it,
And
love
what
it.
I
Yeah,
loved
yeah,
about
yeah.
that was a way to experiment and try really
Yes.
interesting things. So
Yes.
the people who started my, day one customers who know the business very well, they're like, yeah, they would be like, I don't know about this one item in this box
That's
because
good
you got
feedback,
something weird, right? But it'd be like, a pickled peach something and then this and that. But everything else was familiar. So I
Right.
think that
was
you
your focus
bring,
group.
yeah, right? You bring a lot of familiarity, but then you add something that's
A
not.
curveball that takes it up a notch, right? I'm
Yeah.
the same way. I like, see, girl, you just my kindred spirit.
Yes, right.
Because I love to experiment and to play with it. And like
Yes.
I tell people, I love what I do. And I am a Creole chef, but it isn't much wiggle room. So at home is where I play with things. What I do, what I offer is traditional, and people like traditional. And I want to stick to that. But in my personal life, at home, I'm going to throw myself curveballs. I'll go out and I'll buy different spices, or I'll look up a recipe and look at different ingredients that are different, or something that, like I said, visual. I've thought about it sensory and like, how would that taste? But you're lucky to work and be able to experiment like that. I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's very fun. It keeps us keeps the momentum going too.
You don't get bored, right?
You don't get bored.
Right.
The menu changes all the time, and I can never
Yes.
post something because it's just always going to be next week. You might not have
What
it.
is it, right,
And people come in and be
right.
like, "Well, I had that one thing 2 weeks ago." I'm like, "No, I'm sorry. I moved on."
Girl, look,
Yeah.
that is my biggest problem
Yeah.
right now. People are like, I saw you had that. I'm like, that was last week.
Yeah.
They're like, but I'm like, I didn't feel like cooking that this week. It is, but it is, like I said, a creative outlet. It's like, I felt like, I thought about this. That's because I like that, indulging that. That's a beautiful thing, to work and be able to indulge that creativity. Like, oh, I think this would resonate. Or for me, at least, what I do, I'm like, something traditional from my childhood, and I'll bring it,
And
but
bring it.
that was last week. Like
Exactly.
you said. It's
Right.
like on to the next.
Right.
So yeah, I totally understand you 100%. So what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do next with your pastries?
I'm going to keep working on them. I think that so often we are trying to keep rolling and going and going. And as a business owner, I'm learning that too, especially through slow summer. We know how it is here in the industry, and we're watching places close left and right. And that's very scary. But also, there's like it's an honor to also keep consistent, right? Like you want to keep the product consistent. You want to keep it looking good, tasting good, and how to maintain that with everything that's happening, all these curveballs being thrown our way, things changing, prices changing. But I want to make sure that we're all working on the same level. All of my employees, my staff and I are working at the same level. So I just want to be able to take some time to really like hone in and make everything, I don't want to say perfect, but as best as it can be so that
Have you taken advantage of this summer with that?
yeah, we're
I
working
have,
on that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's improving
yeah.
where you need to improve, because it is slower now. Like I talk with all of my restaurant industry friends, and we talk about it. The slow season. We have to revamp our business model. Some of us are doing more events than we normally would. But you just have to be creative. That's it.
Yeah.
And then if you don't have that, take that time and use it wisely. Like I'm tweaking things that I didn't have a chance to tweak when it was the busy
Exactly.
season. So,
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
you were just, I mean, the past year, every month is a new month for us. So we don't know what to expect. So I've just been literally just been hanging on.
Yeah,
And like
yeah,
whatever,
all of us, right? Like,
whatever we can do.
what next?
Yeah.
So have you diversified yourself in means of? I know you have your storefront now, but you do wholesale, correct?
I do not do wholesale.
Don't?
I do
Okay.
not do
So
wholesale.
you're not considering it?
Not at the moment. We're too small. We're very, very
You need a
small.
team production for
Yeah,
that,
we're very
yeah.
small. Need an entirely separate production for that. Need more space. I told everyone that I needed at least a year to work on just the business because I don't feel comfortable bringing anything else out if we're not comfortable with the product for ourselves. If I wouldn't sell it, for me, I'm not going to sell it to anybody
You're
else.
right.
If I
You
don't
grow at
like
your own
it,
pace.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I'm not happy with it right now, I don't want to be selling it. We're
Right.
at a point where I can't
You don't
control
want to
it.
compromise your product.
Not at all. And that has been proving to be, that's the biggest challenge of a business. I mean, one of the biggest challenges of owning a business is controlling your
I'm
product.
At the same. I'm the same.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't want to. People always have suggestions. I'm like, I'm comfortable at the pace that we're going, because anything else we probably can handle.
Yeah.
So it is, and plus too, the learning curve is better when you're doing it at this pace. I don't mind making mistakes. That's where I learn from the mistakes. So, but again, compromising the product, I don't want to do that. If I can be Copeland's tomorrow, but my product is compromised, what good is it to me? That's how I feel,
Right,
yeah.
exactly. But I mean, in terms of what's next, it's just really streamlining as well the menu. I mean, the menu's based on like the seasonality of the produce that we have, but it's just keeping it streamlined and consistent. So when things are changing, it's like one thing changing at a time. I'm trying to just like learn more as a business owner. You're just sort of trying to figure things out. We're doing everything ourselves. So I really just, you got to focus on the, you got to, you got to focus on the business. You got to, right. You got operations like that. That's what's coming up next, is just really getting a hold and a grasp on where the business is going from where we projected it to be at. So I really got to give it.
Have you exceeded your expectations for your business?
Absolutely.
I know what a
Just
Tell me about that experience before we wrap it up. We didn't talk about that enough. Tell me all about that experience and how you felt and how you handled it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Serene
we all
actually
love to see it.
Thank you. Serene pulled me into the event that they held in New Orleans in October, called Taste America, where they go around and they do these different tasting events. So I really do believe that that was a great pull. I got to meet a lot of people on JBF's team from that event. I did a really beautiful moringa cheesecake with like a bay leaf cream, and it was great. It was the most stressful event I've ever done in my entire life because I knew the stakes were high.
Right. It paid off.
It paid off, but getting the semifinalists was one level of excitement where I literally almost had a panic attack. Getting the finalists was just an entirely different layer.
Surreal.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You
thank
absolutely
you.
deserve it.
An emerging chef is one where I feel like it's a great introduction because it means like the work is not over. The work is just beginning. So I just took it in stride. We went to Chicago. We had a really great time. I got to meet so many people that I either wanted to meet or now I'm like, okay, great. We can work together in the future. Bring some of that over here to New Orleans. Like, let's keep collaborating because we're trying
the beauty of food.
Yeah. We're trying to grow this industry here and keep it moving and keep it exciting, and just like it is everywhere else, and especially in Chicago.
Have things changed since now it's James Beard Award nominated?
Yeah, the number of people, it really just like warms and when you were asking earlier, like, how are you processing it? I really only process it when I meet people who come in and they're like, I can't wait. Like, I've traveled from here and you're at the top of the list and I'm so proud of you.
That's
and
a
I'm
beautiful
just like,
thing. I love to see it.
Yeah.
You deserve all of it. You do.
Thank you.
We love to see it. You represent New Orleans well. We love your output, your product. You are amazing, and I thank you. Like I told you, I was honored to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Chef Bunny. I really appreciate that.
Of course.
It was great talking to you here as well.
Good, same here. But before we go, because we have a couple of minutes left, I want you to tell everyone where they can find you on social media. And if you want to share any physical address or anything else, go right ahead.
Absolutely. Our Instagram is Lagniappe Bakehouse. And if you're from New Orleans, I know you know how to spell Lagniappe, so I'm not going to spell it for you.
And you know what Lagniappe is.
And you know what Lagniappe is already. Exactly. Exactly. And our website is also just lagniappebaking.com. But you'll be able to find us. You can type it, Google it. Again, the address is 1825 Euterpe Street. That's right off of Aretha Castle Haley in Euterpe. And we are open Thursday to Sundays, 8 to 1 p.m. We are closing in the summer. We will announce that soon. So for the August.
You're closing too?
We're going to close in August for a little bit. So we'll announce
like
that.
us. Everybody's doing it.
I think it's we need it. I'm gonna just say it like that. Like I need to lay down.
All of my restaurant friends are like, look, I need a break.
Yeah.
So it's a gift and a curse to summer, but
it is.
Thank you for joining us today. We appreciate you coming in. I love this so much. I'm honored. Like I said, thank you all for tuning in to the Roux with Chef Bunny. Check back next week. Bonjour.
From the campus of Xavier University, WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Bree Wood with BI.